So, DreamWorks is back to give us another animated movie. Is this going to be on the levels of Shrek, Rise of the Guardians, Trolls, and even stuff like Madagascar? Or is this going to be a complete utter disaster like The Boss Baby? Let's get into it. What's going on, my Epictastic family? This is Joshua. Welcome back to my channel, Future Filmmaker Reviews with Josh. I talk movies, TV, and music if you guys are new here. And we're going to talk about the latest DreamWorks Animation movie, The Bad Guys. This is based on a children's book series by Aaron Blobby, stars Sam Rockwell, Mark Maron, Anthony Ramos, Craig Robinson, Awkwafina, Richard Ayoade, and Zazie Beetz. After a lifetime of legendary heists, notorious criminals Mr. Wolf, Mr. Snake, Mr. Piranha, and Miss Shark and Miss Tarantula are finally caught. To avoid a prison sentence, the animal outlaws must pull off their most challenging con yet. They have to become model citizens under the tutelage of their mentor, Professor Marmalade, and the dubious gang sets out to fool the world that they're turning good. When it comes to DreamWorks, as I said in the intro, as far as their animated movies go, DreamWorks Animation hasn't had the greatest track record in the last couple of years. Now, don't get me wrong, DreamWorks Animation has gave us a lot of quality, amazing films. I love a lot of their animated movies. Now, stuff like Shrek and Ants, I think are very great. I love the Madagascar movies. I also really like stuff like Chicken Run and Kung Fu Panda, Monsters vs. Aliens, the How to Train Your Dragon movies, and Megamind, and Trolls. Of the recent stuff they've been having so far, I think it's some of their best. It's not the greatest, but I think they do have some good stuff. And they do have some underrated movies on their belt, like The Prince of Egypt and Rise of the Guardians. But then when you get into the negative side of things, they have stuff like Over the Hedge, I'm not a big fan of. And then Spirit Untamed, which I didn't hate, but I didn't love. And then you have the worst of them all, the Boss Baby movies. Went into this, I heard about this, I wasn't very enthusiastic about it, but I still wanted to keep an open mind because I did like the animation, the style of 3D and 2D animation, and I was hoping this would be DreamWorks' big comeback. And I have to say, this is exactly DreamWorks' big comeback. And the thing that really holds this movie together for me is the characters. I do like these characters, these new set of characters here. You have Sam Rockwell as Mr. Wolf, Mark Maron as Mr. Snake, Awkwafina as Miss Tarantula, Craig Robinson as Mr. Shark, and Anthony Ramos as Mr. Piranha. And each of these actors bring their own distinguished voice to them, and all of them do a very good job at the roles here. You get to like them, you get to know why they are a part of the bad guys game, why they've been doing these type of scenarios for most of their life. You get to see why they're so close together. They don't always get along, but it makes for a fun banter, and it makes for a likable, fun comedic time with these performances. I think something that your entire family will enjoy. Of these bad guys, my favorites were Anthony Ramos, Sam Rockwell, and Awkwafina. Awkwafina, of course, she is a good actress, of course, from Shang-Chi and Ocean's 8. She was very funny here as Hacker Tarantula, and she's the only female of the gang. Anthony Ramos, who's coming off of his success of In the Heights, he's the youngest. He's the short fuse, the loose cannon Bolivian red-bellied piranha, and he made for some funny moments too. And Mr. Shark was also very funny. He's childish and he's sensitive, but he's the great master of disguise white shark. I also think the rest of the voice cast is really good. So you got Richard Ayoade, Professor Rumor, Marmalade, Barbara Goodson, Zazie Beetz, of course, as a Red Fox governor, Alex Borstein from Family Guy, and Lizzie McGuire, Lily Singh. The voice acting here is very fun. I do like the voice acting here. And I really dig the message of this movie. I very much appreciate what the message of this movie is trying to say. I definitely think that is something I think kids can definitely appreciate. You definitely get that message here, and it definitely does go into it. Like, it does have a very fuzzy feeling, and the message about not to judge a book by its cover, and even why we should be good, because we all have that scenario where we basically judge someone by the cover, because there's an old saying, don't judge a book by a cover. We all have that personal feel, and I definitely do think you get that here, and it has definitely all the craziness, zany humor you expect in an animation movie, while it also goes outside the box in telling a stylish heist movie in the style of Ocean's 11 with a cartoon twist. And I definitely did like that. Now, not all of the twists work, which is the only core negative I really have towards this movie, is that some of the twists are a little predictable and cheap. There was a lot of other twists I thought were pretty clever and very brilliant, and all of the characters here are very fun here. You get some very creative and stylish action sequences here, and everything is just very well done. I do love exactly what they're bringing to the table as far as the animation. The animation in here is stunning. For kids, this is 2D, 3D animation. And it is great animation. I love the animation that you definitely get. It feels very creative, very awesome, and I definitely feel that they put a lot of effort into that animation. So because the animation is on screen, the money is on screen, and they don't make anything look bad. So also, as far as the direction and the writing and the music goes, all of those are very good. I did love the score here. I did like the soundtrack as well. I think the direction, the writing, for the 100 minutes this movie goes by, it went by quick. It was fast paced, it was entertaining from start to finish, and I enjoyed myself with this. I definitely did like a lot what this movie was going for. So you definitely get exactly what you're coming here for when it comes to that. And right now, this is kind of my favorite animated movie of the year. It would have been Across the Spider-Verse, but 2023, we have to wait for that. As of now, this is my favorite of animated movie 2022. It's very fun, very creative, and it's very energetic here. It gives you that energetic feel, and I definitely will rewatch this movie again. I enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Like I said, the only real issue I really have when it comes to this movie is that some of the twists are predictable, and a few actors get a little underutilized, like Alex Borstein. Other than that, I think the movie delivered on exactly what it set out to do. You have great animation. It is one of the better DreamWorks movies to come out in a while. This is another win for DreamWorks Animation, and this is shaping up to be DreamWorks Animation's big comeback between this and the upcoming Puss in Boots 2, which comes out in December. I can't wait for that one. I'll be damned. This is DreamWorks' best animated movie in a very long time. I had little to no expectations, and this turned out to be entertaining, fun, awesome for the entire family, and I got a good message. I got some great laughs out of it. I definitely want to see more of this if we get sequels. So, and by the way this movie's doing, it looks like we might get a sequel to this. So, on my rating scale, this movie is getting a better than Vampire Academy. So in the comment section down below, let's talk about the bad guys. Did you like it? Do you hate it? Or are you somewhere right in the middle? All my social media links are in the description box down below. If you'd like some money to my Cash App or Chime, they're down there as well as my Amazon wish list. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified when more videos like this up, when I go live, or when I do other stuff here. Otherwise, you're not going to get notified for those. Also, be sure to share every single one of my videos because it does help with the algorithm and it does help this channel grow. As always, you guys join the Epictasticness, stay epictastic, and you guys keep it cool.